Deep inside the royal palaces, there was a man who earned a massive salary just for helping the king use the bathroom. It was a job that combined the highest social status with the most disgusting task imaginable. This was the Groom of the Stool. His job was literally to step into the royal chambers, monitor the king's health, and assist with the entire, and I mean entire, personal cleaning process. It sounds degrading, right? But here's the kicker. This man was the ultimate keeper of secrets because he was the only one with the king during his most private moments. He influenced massive political decisions while holding a towel. Imagine your entire political career depending on, well, a wipe. But that's just the beginning. Throughout history, humans have invented jobs that were filthy, dangerous, straight up terrifying. As we go down this list, you're going to start asking yourself, how did anyone ever agree to do this?
Before we start, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button to support us in making more content.
1. Body snatchers. In 19th century England, the medical world was booming, and anatomy schools needed corpses at any cost. But there was a problem. The law made getting them nearly impossible. Enter the Resurrectionists, the Shadow Army. These guys specialized in lurking around cemeteries at night, watching funerals, and then digging up fresh graves to sell the bodies to doctors on the black market for insane prices. It got so creepy that wealthy families started building mort safes, iron cages over graves to stop these thieves. Imagine racing against the clock to pull a body out of the ground before the sun comes up. The scariest part wasn't the theft, it was the social fallout. Armed families guarding grave sites, night watches in cemeteries, bodies buried under massive stone weights. Imagine walking through a graveyard at night and hearing the sound of a shovel hitting wood right beneath your feet.
Number 2. The Toshers, sewer hunters. Beneath the streets of Victorian London lay a parallel world, the sewers. This was the domain of the Toshers. These people spent their lives waist deep in human waste, navigating a labyrinth of giant rats, toxic sludge, and lethal gases. They carried dim lanterns, searching through the filth for anything valuable. Coins, jewelry, or scraps of copper. It was a suicide mission. One pocket of sewer gas could choke you in seconds, and even a tiny scratch could turn into a fatal infection. The wild part? Some Toshers actually made a fortune. They bought houses and escaped poverty. But the physical and mental price they paid was haunting.
Number 3. Leech Collectors. Before modern medicine, doctors thought leeches were the cure-all for everything from headaches to the plague. But who gathered them? The leech collector. This job was not for the faint of heart. They didn't use nets. They used themselves. They would wade into murky swamps with bare legs and wait for the leeches to latch onto their skin and suck their blood. Once the leeches were full and dropped off, they'd collect them in jars to sell to hospitals. Imagine being human bait all day, going home with blood loss, dizziness, and infected wounds, just to make a few cents.
Number 4. The Sin Eaters. If you think carrying a burden is just a metaphor, in old Europe, it was a terrifyingly real job. The Sin Eater was a person so poor and shunned that they were hired when someone died. A piece of bread and some food were placed on the chest of the corpse. The Sin Eater had to eat that food in front of everyone. The belief was that the food absorbed the sins of the deceased. By eating it, the Sin Eater took those sins onto their own soul, so the dead could go to heaven clean. These people lived as outcasts. No one would shake their hand or speak to them because they were seen as a walking container of the village's evil. Number 5. Roman urine collectors.
If you walked through ancient Rome, you'd see massive clay jars on every corner. These were public urinals, but the reason behind them is both genius and gross. Urine was a precious raw material because it's rich in ammonia. Workers would collect it and take it to the fullers, the laundrymen. They would soak people's clothes in vats of urine and stomp on them for hours to bleach the fabric and strip the grease. Those bright white Roman togas you see in movies, they were sparkling clean thanks to the entire city's collective pee. It was such a big business that the empire even taxed it.
6. The knocker-up. Before the iPhone alarm, there was a human version in England and Ireland. The knocker-up would walk the industrial streets at dawn with a long stick or a pea shooter. They'd tap on factory workers' windows until they were sure they were awake. Think about it. If the human alarm clock overslept, an entire factory, an entire city might not show up for work. A simple job, but it was the gear that kept the Industrial Revolution turning.
Number 7. The Groom of the Stool. Back to the palace. The Groom of the Stool was basically the king's bathroom assistant. They prepped the water, the towels, and handled the cleanup. Kind of like getting the bathroom ready for your spouse today. But despite the gross factor, they were the king's closest confidant, keepers of state secrets, highly influential in politics. The result? Massive wealth, royal titles, and serious power. Number 8. The Plague Doctors. During the Black Death, the creepiest costume in history wasn't for Halloween. It was the official uniform of death. The doctor wore a leather cloak and a mask with a long bird-like beak. It was stuffed with herbs and spices to mask the smell of rot and, theoretically, protect them from bad air. The shocker? Most of them weren't even real doctors. Their treatments were mostly rituals or bizarre acts like whipping patients to drive out demons. Their main job was actually just counting the bodies.
9. The rat catchers. When the plague was devouring Europe, the rat catcher was the first line of defense. They were a special kind of hero, fighting the Black Death with their bare hands. They'd crawl through dark alleys and sewers to catch rats manually or with small trained dogs. The risk wasn't just the filth. The chance of catching a disease was nearly 100%. Fun fact, some of them actually started breeding rats in secret so that when demand for their services went up, they'd always have work to do.
Number 10. The Mudlarks and Louse Hunters. We end with the saddest jobs. Mudlarks were usually impoverished children who spent their days in the mud of the River Thames at low tide, scavenging for nails, coal, or scraps of rope to sell for a crust of bread. Meanwhile, in the palaces, you had the Louse Hunter. This person spent hours sifting through the hair of royals and nobles, catching lice by hand, just so the elite could maintain their prestige. Ultimate luxury was literally built on the backs of the most exhausted and mistreated people. After looking at all this, we realize one truth. Throughout history, humans were willing to do anything just to survive. And sometimes, the most disgusting jobs were considered completely normal back then. Final question? If you could travel back in time, which of these jobs could you handle for just 1 week in exchange for $1 million? Let me know your answer in the comments. If you made it to the end, you now know the darkest side of human history. Stay tuned for our next video, the most brutal torture methods in history.